Hey everybody, welcome to Bura. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about why Udemy is no longer democratizing education. All right, so let's take a look at the Udemy stock here. So first things first, it actually had a pretty good morning here. It went up 6% from the bottom, and then it kind of went down, and then it's back up again. So you can see it's back up past the 21 here, almost at 22. And remember what I've said in the past here, $20 seems to be a floor. If it goes down and we have maybe one or two definitive closes below 20, then 20 is going to be the resistance, no longer the support here. But I don't see that happening. If it does, it's because, well, basically the market isn't doing very well. So as you can see, the VIX popped today. There's probably news with that, news about the new virus or whatever, essentially, or if the Fed wants to raise rates or something like that. So essentially it's been up a bit here. So if you want to know this, then like a lot of stocks are down. Now remember, if Udemy goes down 50 or 75% and Apple goes down like 30% or something like that, well, it's not really Udemy's fault that it went down, right? Because, well, with the stocks, anything in the stock market is going to be affected. So you want to basically look at what that is. Also, for example, if you want to see what Apple is doing, right, you can see Apple is not doing well. It's still up today, but if Apple starts tanking over the 6 months, right, you can see that Apple's up quite a bit here, up 38%. And then if we go and take a look at crypto here, I haven't looked at this here. Yeah, so we hit 50 over the weekend, and now we're back down to 47. So that's something you want to take a look at here. But today, I really want to take a look at how essentially the top instructors, most, if not all of the top instructors are in UFB, and why that means that Udemy is no longer democratizing education. Now, the thing that Udemy was supposed to do, it was supposed to democratize education. Anyone can, anywhere can teach. Now, the thing about that is that it's great, and they kind of do that. However, the problem is that UFB kind of muddles up that narrative. And one of the things that you have to understand is if you already know what UFB is Udemy for Business. It's a subscription selling to business, and then they're trying to do the same thing on the personal side here. So as you can see, I'm in Teaching Guide, which I highly recommend that if you're into the Udemy space, I would subscribe to, because a lot of the stuff changes here. But you can see that you have the top instructors, how much they make in the market, and how much they make in UFB. Now, I should also mention that if someone is making this amount in UFB, Udemy is making a lot more money, right? And so, what really everyone should be focusing on, and Udemy as well, is they should be focusing on how much the marketplace is making for instructors. So anyway, let's take a look here at some of, if not most of these. Everyone's in UFB. This is what it is. Now, of course, this is a guess. No one actually knows. For example, actually, these tend to be on the low side. Some of these might be on the high side, some of these might be on the low side. And it's not known if some of the top instructors have personal, if some of the top instructors have personal kind of contracts with Udemy as well. But so as you can see, there's only like 2 or 3 that don't have UFB income. And that's not necessarily bad here, but we need like 25 or 33% or like a huge number of people making a lot of money without going to UFB. And this is the whole point of the democratizing of education here, because you shouldn't be forced to go into UFB. Because remember, UFB comes with some guidelines, and those guidelines are essentially you can upload your course to your site, but nowhere else. It's exclusive, right? And that's a bit of a problem here, because what Udemy is doing is compartmentalizing everything onto their site here. So really, what you should be looking at is that if there isn't an instructor or a team of instructors that are in the top 10 that are not UFB a year from now, that is a huge problem. And remember, the number one thing that makes Udemy and that sets Udemy apart from literally everybody else is the marketplace, right? And as we saw in the earnings report, the marketplace was down 13%, and that is really not good news. If the marketplace continues to go down, then the possibility of an exit for Udemy goes down with it, right? because you will not be getting new and top talent to come in, because lots of people, they want to do something else with their life. They want to make courses, because doing this work, being in this group here, takes a ton of work. And a lot of these people are just solo instructors. It is so challenging to do that, and it will burn you out here. At my company, I, for the most part, have found a way to make the process easier so we can pump more and better courses out. But when you're making courses day in and day out, and you're dealing with all the stress of running a business, specifically within the e-learning industry, it can be very hard on your mental health. And a lot of people just say, you know what, I'm done with this. I've seen tons of top talent just leave. In fact, I've taken a look at some people, they actually went back to a job instead of making courses in the e-learning industry. And they're not even working in the e-learning industry. So that's a big issue here. So as you can see, remember, one thing that you have to understand is that top instructors will always say that things are doing well, and that's fine. But they're in UFB, okay? And that's a huge problem. So what you really want to see, if you really want the stock to really kind of explode here, then if you really want the stock to explode, you want to see more marketplace revenue, okay? UFB revenue is fine, but more marketplace revenue. And specifically, you want a lot of that revenue going to the companies and the instructors that are making it, because then they will invest more in the platform and the whole ecosystem will grow. Because right now, like when they're putting a personal subscription, when they're putting everything in the UFB, and all the top instructors are only in UFB, right? They're basically strangleholding like a lot of the industry, because the marketplace is what's kind of keeping the industry, well, frankly, it's really important to them. It's kind of keeping it alive, right? There isn't really a good alternative, and if there was, then that's really bad news for Udemy, because once top talent gets to somewhere else, right, then the dominoes will go to them. Like the dominoes will fall and everything will go to them. Even business subscription model and even all the Udemy for Business customers will gravitate towards the top talent. But having said that here, Udemy for Business isn't actually bad here. I'm not saying that like any of these instructors produce bad courses, right? It's just that everything could be better. And as a person who's done this years, 10 years now, the whole industry could be just a lot better. It's not just about making money. It's about having the students learn more quicker, right? More engaging, right? Because that's like the whole point of this, right? You build something so people can learn something as quickly as possible. But no one's really thinking like that here, right? So in conclusion, the thing is that you want to see, as an investor, you want to see the marketplace rise. If you don't see the marketplace rise, that is not going to be good, because first of all, top talent will leave. If a competitor comes out and all the top talent goes to the competitor, then it's pretty much game over for Udemy, right? It's only a matter of time before the whole thing fails here. Now remember, Pluralsight did delist. Now I don't want to think that Udemy would delist, because I know a lot of people put a lot of money into the Udemy stock here. So, and maybe you as an investor are doing the same thing. So I don't want Udemy to get delisted. I think it's good, but the problem is that they need to make the marketplace scalable so I can build a $10 million business on Udemy. That is the real litmus test of what's going on here, because you might be able to get subscriptions on the personal side or the business side, and you might be able to get a good evaluation and you might be able to exit, but whoever buys that will not be getting a good deal. They just won't be, because they don't have the new people coming in to replenish the top talent, right? Again, it's only a matter of time before some of these people just kind of say, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. All right. So that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video.